We've had a belting week this week. I've had my biggest ever single paying job. I've had a day off and we got a brilliant shows your van. So watch it through, enjoy it, catch you in a bit. Well, good morning, start of a new week for me, and it is Monday the 6th of October. I must remember it's my wedding anniversary next week. And I'm Dave, Anvil Logistics. I hope you're all well and I hope you had a great weekend. We've got potentially a great week this week. We've got a good week lined up with the bookings that we've got. Starting off today, which was not a CX job, this was for one of the people who deals with me directly, and it's a good job which entailed taking batteries up to a communication site up in Hexham, dropping off the batteries and then returning back to Stockport with the old batteries. So it's a job there and back, very well paid. Cracker of a job, a little bit of waiting time involved, but we don't mind that because you've got to wait for the engineers to get on site and then they've got to turn the site off, then they've got to take the batteries out before they can put the new ones in, so obviously I have to wait for that. But I'm all loaded, batteries are on board, we're going back to Stockport. I'll be in Stockport for probably about 2:15, and that will be me for the day. Tomorrow, at the moment, it's all going well planned. We have got a mission. So again, we're going to be taking some batteries up to a communication site, but this time the batteries are going right up north. They're going above Inverness. In fact, I'll just put a little picture of the map, the route that I'll be doing tomorrow on the screen for you now. So as you can see, that is a drive and a half. It's about 8.5 to 9 hours driving. So I'll be taking them up tomorrow, probably, fingers crossed, just before lunchtime. Getting up there for early evening, staying in the hotel, going to the site in the morning, and then driving back during the day on Wednesday. I won't be back in time to drop them off back in Stockport. I'll drop them off Thursday morning. Mega mile job, total job mileage I think is about 900 and something miles, and it's good money, it's really good money for it. And basically with the job I've done today and that job tomorrow, provided it all comes off, we're well over target already, done. So I might not work Thursday, or I might just do a couple of local jobs to see what goes on, and then we'll work the Friday. But either way, it will make up for a bit of a shortfall from last week, and it's a bit of an adventure too, isn't it? So I'll keep you informed, I'll let you know if it goes ahead or not. Right, so it's Tuesday the 7th of October, the job has gone ahead and we have set off on the adventure. Goods have been picked up and we're doing the long drive right up to, it's above Inverness, it's a place called Leg. So it's not actually far short from the top of the country. And I've secured accommodation. I've found a hotel in Leg. A friend of mine, well done Kaz, he found it for me, and it's 80 quid for the night. That includes breakfast though, which is good. I think it's called the Highland Hotel Leg, something like that. And we're going to go there, and then in the morning we'll be going to meet fitters. Now it is 8 o'clock to meet them. Hotel's about half an hour away from the site. Sometimes the fitters don't get there till 9, but I've got a contact number, so I'm going to ring them later to find out what time they intend to be there. Because, of course, because breakfast is included, it would be nice to have it. And most hotels tend to serve breakfast at 7 onwards, don't they? So if it's 7 and I've got half an hour to go, I might not really get a chance. But if it's going to be 9, then I can enjoy a nice leisurely breakfast. I might even get one of them square sausages since I'm in Scotland. You never know. So this is a long drive ahead of me. According to the sat-nav when I set off, it was going to be 7.5 hours, and I would expect to get there a bit earlier than I thought, actually, at about 7 p.m. However, we're not going to do all of that driving. We're going to take a break. So I'm going to add at least an hour on for a couple of half-hour breaks, one of which will be to top the tank off, because once you get up onto the A9 in the Highlands, a lot of the fuel places are not 24 hours. So I will fill the tank up once I get up to the A9 to make sure I've got a full tank whilst I'm in the Highlands, so then there's no doubt. I'm looking forward to the scenery. If I see anything nice, I might take a few snaps and put them on here. It's a bit of an adventure. It's something completely different. And what this will be the single biggest individual paying job I've done. Because, of course, I'm getting paid to go up and I'm getting paid to go back. The back rate is slightly cheaper, but I'm getting the full ADR rate to go up. And then I'm collecting the disused batteries and bringing them back down, which I'm doing slightly cheaper, which is fair enough because obviously we're getting a good rate of pay. But it will be my individually single biggest payment for one job, which will be over a period of 2 days. Obviously, it's not in the realms of Tommy the Courier, because we all know that he gets, £1,000 for every half an hour he travels, or it seems to be. But it is, for me, the biggest payment. But also, it's something different. It's quite enjoyable. And would you believe it? The traffic on the M6 is completely stopping. Oh, what a tragedy. I don't know what's going on here, but never mind. We'll see what happens. Was it recent? It wasn't on the sat-nav. It's still showing green. Hopefully it's just a temporary one. So I'll keep you informed. Might do a few snaps. Maybe show you a picture of the hotel. Right, so probably not the best photograph. It's not very easy to take a cheeky snap when you're on the road, is it? But it just gives an indication of the kind of views you get when you're in a drive up here going through the Highlands. It is stunning, absolutely stunning. And although it's a long drive, I love the drive. I was stopped for about 50 minutes before there was an accident on the M6 when he saw me say the traffic was stopped, but never mind. Made up a bit of time on the way up anyway. Nice long drive. Stopped off in Aviemore and got something to eat. Lovely place, Aviemore. I've been there, but it worked out it was 28 years ago. They didn't remember me. However, we had something nice to eat in Aviemore and then finished off the journey. Got to the hotel here. It was about 20 to 8 when I got here. Was a bit of an issue about breakfast, because breakfast is served at 7:30 here. And when I looked on the map again and worked out the distance to the communications tower, this hotel is called the Highland Hotel, and it's on the shores of Little Loch Shin, which to me looks like Big Loch Shin because it's massive. And the communications tower is round the other side, on the north side of it. And when I looked on the actual time take to get, it's 50 minutes. So breakfast at 7:30 and I'm meeting fitters on site at 8:30. I'm not going to do it, am I? However, they took pity on me because they could see how undernourished I am. And said, tell you what we'll do. I'll ask the kitchen to make some bacon sandwiches to take with you. Hey, how about that? So I'll make myself a coffee in the morning and take it with me in the flask cup. And that'll be me set up for the morning then, all breakfasted up. I'll try and take a picture of the site to show you the type of site that I'm going to. But in the meantime, while I'm doing that, why don't you have a look at this week's Shows Your Van? And this is Dean from Dean Timpson Transport, I beg your pardon. And I love this van, me. I love this van. I'm a bit biased because I do like a crafter, but this one is particularly nice.
Morning, Dave. This is Dean from Dean Timpson Transport, and this is our long wheelbase VW crafter. She's ready for a wash. She's in white. I didn't really want white, but this come at a really good deal. So it's the trendline model. So we've got cruise control and aircon. Personally, for me, they're two things I just wouldn't be without. She's done 144,000 at present. No real issues. We have a dedicated TomTom sat-nav with the live traffic. I've always had them. I just like them. That one's the HGV one, so you can put your weight in, your length, your height, etc. Things we've done, we've added this leather type steering wheel cover. It's one of the sew-on ones. I've never done one before. Really cheap. Thought I'd have a go. Yeah, and it's come out not too bad. It's just a little bit better than the standard plastic. We've also added seat covers. Ours has got a fancy logo on. You can have what you like on these. Yeah, they're really nice. Designed to fit different vans, you know, specific vans. And they fit really, really well. These were from PM Car Aberdeen. Various places do them. But yeah, they're nice. You know, we're all eating on the go, and you spill a bit of stuff between your legs here, and you just wipe these clean once a week. Yeah, just nice. Under that seat, we've got a 12-volt leisure battery charging system. We've got power points there. That does power the USBs. It powers the lights, and night heater. As you can see there, we've got us bed. We built this ourselves. I'm not the best DIY in the world, but it's not too hard to do. Just use your imagination. And it's a damn sight cheaper than buying an Hatcher. I believe an Hatcher's over £1,000 now. So yeah, it's a very cheaper option. And you know, you get a bit more room in these than an Hatcher. We've got a backlight there, if you're into that sort of thing. I know James likes a few lights. We've got thermal window blinds. They fit really well. Same again, different places do them. Transporter HQ, I got those from. Yeah, that's about it. We do carry quite a bit of night out stuff. That's the only issue when you are on nights out. We only do about 1 or 2 a week. Personally, I wouldn't want to do 5 nights in one of these, but it helps if you're on long runs or somebody's, you know, contacted you to do a job the next day. I've got a few contacts around the country, obviously, as well as CX. But yeah, just a nice roomy van. I did run a Renault Master for 4 years previous to this. A lot of people say French crap, but it was a brilliant van. Done 335,000 when I got rid of it. No issues with it really. Yeah, it's still on the road today. I sold it to a guy who's got a fleet and he just runs it as a spare. So yeah, good van. They do have a shelf above your head in the Renault Masters, which is great for storage. You store stuff from the back of the van into it. But doing nights out, these are just got, with that headroom, a lot more height in there. So yeah, it makes it better. Yeah, so we'll show you in the back. Now inside the back, might look a bit busy in here for some people, but there's everything I need. We've got blankets up there, foldable trolley, which we don't use very often, but handy if we need one. Snow shovel. You never know. I have been stuck in a wagon before. We have got various straps, load rails, we've got load hooks. We do a lot of panels type of things, and over the course of time you just keep collecting little bits which come in useful. All lightweight. These things, good packing things in between. These sort of things on the edges of pallets when you're strapping down, or furniture. For instance, I took some school tables and desks the other day. Just put them on the edges. These ones, these are quite useful if you get hold of any. Just help you squashing things in a pallet, or you know, we've got a pallet puller there. That extends to 4 meters, and it's load rated to 980 kilo. So even if you've got a big heavy pallet on the front, you can pull it back with that, no issues. And I find it's just better than a strap. Some forkies are a bit, you know, and don't like using the strap. So yeah, good tool to use. We've added these storage options, you know, get your coffees in there, your gloves, first aid kit. We've got 2 of them, 1 each side. Same again, plenty of straps. We've got it up there for us coats, high vis, helmet. Of course, we've got his bed. Now that does fold up, and we can still get 4 meters in here with it folded. It doesn't fold as well as a hatcher, but as I said earlier, it don't cost over £1,000 either. So it's fine. We've got extra lighting up here, LED lighting. All important kettle, stove. We do carry some water. I always carry a bag of tools. You never know when they might come in handy. Got a spare pair of boots there. Under there's the night heater. When I had that fitted, a lot of guys have them fitted under the seat. The company I used, I can't say didn't want to do it, but you know, I felt like it'd sooner put it here. Now I did have it here in the Renault Master, and it's never an issue with whatever you're loading. Even 4 pallets, it's not an issue. And it's actually easier if you need a service or any repairs doing or anything like that. It's easier. You just unscrew that top and you're straight at it. Got a vent there that goes under the driver's seat, so it blows out into the cab. We have got another vent that comes out into the back. I can close it off if I need to, but in the real depths of winter, when it's so cold, I do like to put a bit of heat into the back of here, so I find that really useful. Plus the night heaters, they are good. As Dave was doing, sitting at airports for an hour or two, you know, when it's -3 and 4 out there, you just kick your night heater in and you're nice and toasty. Same on a good old frosty morning, you know, you can set that to come on an hour before you're going to get in here, and all your windscreen's melted. It's nice and warm in your cab. I don't park my van at home, but if you did, it does come with a remote. You can literally just go to the window, press it on, get it half an hour to an hour, and all your van will be defrosted. nice and toasty. Yeah, that's about it. Carry little bits of rubber, stops things moving about if you've got small items. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, does everything I need to do. We'll just do our nice free bit of advertising here, Dave, and it's Dean Timpson Transport, lincolnshirecouriers.co.uk. We are based 12 mile south of Grimsby in the Lincolnshire Wolds. We cover Grimsby, Hull, Scunthorpe, Lath, Market Raisin, yeah, any Lincolnshire really, or anywhere. So if you need a courier in Lincolnshire, you know to call. Thanks, Dave.
So that is Dean's van, Dean Timpson Transport, and he is based in Lincolnshire, kind of covers areas like Lincolnshire, Grimsby, Doncaster, all those kind of areas. I'm going to leave a description, in the description, his contact details, although he has done a pretty good job of promoting himself anyway. But I think that van's fantastic. I love the sleeping pod and the night heater. I like them seat covers, I'm jealous. I'm thinking of getting some myself. It is a cracking looking van, and mileage wise it's still a baby for those kind of vans. I'm on site now. It's absolutely tipping it down. We are in the middle of nowhere on a single track road on the 8838. I'm waiting for the engineer to turn up. The engineer's apprentice is here in his van, but the actual engineer's not here yet, although he should be here in a few minutes. But I'll just swing around and show you the site, because I'm not getting out in the rain. That there is the communications tower, and those boxes contain the old batteries. They've got to come out, but they have to turn the site off first and things like that. So I'll probably be here a couple of hours while they do all this. Then the old batteries will get loaded in, and then I'll tootle off back with them 9 hours home. So I'll get home early evening, probably when it's done. I'll come back around so you can see my ugly face. The drive here, stunning. The hotel was fantastic. They even made me a nice takeaway breakfast box this morning, which I couldn't even eat all of it, so I'll save some for later. I might put a couple of pictures on after this clip of some of the views, but honestly, what a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful place it is. It takes your breath away. Being a bit of a city boy, being brought up in a big city like Manchester, although I do live in a semi-rural bit now, you don't realise just how beautiful Britain is, especially up here in the Highlands. Gorgeous it is. Anyway, let's wait for the engineer now. Right, we're done on that site now. We're just leaving. I just uploaded my paperwork, and I'm going to leave this stunning, absolutely gorgeous scenery behind and get back down to the northwest. But it's been absolutely lovely coming up here. You never know, I might pick a little cheeky back load up on the way back. I've got absolutely no rush to get these old batteries back, so I'll fill you in on how we do on Friday. Right, it is Friday. It is the 10th, and this is the last video posting of this week, so we're going to round it off on this. I'll take you through how everything went since you left me in the Highlands heading home. So after that trip, on the way back down from Scotland, a few people obviously knew I was always in Scotland. I got a phone call asking if I could pick up some freight from Glasgow on my way down, which I did. It was one pallet and a few boxes, plenty of room on the van. I checked with the person who gave me the initial job. They were okay with that. They were absolutely fine with it. So I picked up in Glasgow on my way past, and I'd arranged that I would drop the stuff off in the morning. So we got the added bonus of another job. And then yesterday, Thursday, it was not a working day really. All I did was drop off the batteries, and then I headed up to Warrington to drop off the other job. And then when I dropped the gear off, I was offered a job for the next day. which basically is this job I'm doing now. So I asked if it was all right if I picked the stuff up early so I could get there early. They was fine with that. So I picked the stuff up in Worsley in Manchester yesterday, and then I went home. So we didn't do anything after that. Had a nice relaxing day, well, afternoon at home. And then up early this morning, and I'm a bit early actually, so I'm actually parked down the road in a lay-by because I've got here too early and they're not open yet. So basically the job entails picking up higher material, but it's safety material, like some poles that go for railings and the fittings. So I've got like a stillage of all the fittings, and then I've got a pallet with all these steel poles on, and I'm going to Telford now to pick up an additional pallet with some more fittings from their sister company in Telford, and then I'm off to Cambridge to drop them on a site at Cambridge, and to then pick up a pallet of fittings that are no longer needed and are going back to the hire company, and they're going back up to Manchester. So it is a round trip, paid all the way, and again a really good job, well paid. So it means that this week is probably one of my best weeks ever. It's got to be up there. And I didn't actually work Thursday, did I? But I'd have to check in my books, but I don't think I've had a better week. Made mainly by the Highland trip, which was my single best ever job. And it's been a lucky, really beneficial week for me. Sailed past the target anyway, and then carried on with the additional job from Glasgow to Manchester. This job today, which is over 500 quid. It has been absolutely a fantastic week. They don't come like this very often, so you get it while you can. Last week was a bit shorter, so it makes up for that and more, and just enables me to put, you know, extra money away. And but I've really enjoyed the week. I've not done any work on the courier exchange. It's all been through contacts. So thanks to the lads who gave me the work. I do appreciate it. I'm glad you trusted me to do the work. But that is what this job is about nowadays. I think that I do have the CX, and sometimes it does come in handy. But I don't rely on the courier exchange to make me living. I use that when I've got no other work, obviously, or to try and grab a backload if I can. But I didn't need it at all this week. I wish it could be like that all the time. It won't be. Next week will probably be completely different. You just don't know what's around the corner. I've got nothing yet booked in. I was offered a job, but I couldn't do it because I'm rehearsing on Monday and I want to be back, and I wouldn't have been back in time. So we'll chalk this down as a winner this week. Thanks, Dean, for sending your video. I've got another one for next week on Show Us Your Van. I really enjoyed Dean's van. I thought that was a cracker, but being a crafter owner myself, I appreciate it. But I think it was really comprehensive video, that, wasn't it? And really informative and helpful. Good tips involved in that about what to have in your van and everything like that. So thank you once again. If you want to send yours, please send it. This week's video will be quite long, but I hope you enjoyed it. It's different, and I found it interesting. I hope you found it interesting too. Thank you for watching. Please watch some more when they come out. If you subscribe to the channel, you can do that. It's free. You get notified when the videos come out. Give us a thumbs up if you found the video useful, and I will see you hopefully in the next one. Take care.